Hello guys, welcome back to another discussion with Al-ameen. In this video, I want to be exploring the lessons I gained from thinking about my days as an undergraduate, the things I think I did wrong, the mistakes I think I did, and what I think I could have done better if I was chanced, if I am being chanced again to be an undergraduate again. But I know that is not going to help me a lot, but I think that could help my audience that are undergraduate individuals. So before I start to explain, to narrate, I don't want it to be an one directional discussion. I want us to both engage in the comment section. You tell me along as you watch what you think you identify with at that particular moment of the discussion. Or when you are done watching the video, you can tell us what you think is like an error you also committed, or the mistakes you did, or the lessons you learned. And I just want it to be an interactive one to get feedbacks in the comment section. So I'll be taking us through twofold of the thing. Here I'll be exploring what I think I should have done differently, and here I'll be exploring what my errors are. And to begin with, the first on the list is that I focused too much on academics in the beginning, like academics alone, and I find it to be a mistake because I could have achieved a lot. I could have done so many things together and I'll still win because I could have focused on academics and other things. Because the lie I told myself then was that it was academics, academics. Whereas I have a lot of times that I do watch movie, that I do play games, that I do go playing football. So I those times were like wasted times. If I was committed to doing multiple things, so the times that I was using to watch movie wouldn't have been for movies. So I think it was a mistake on my side. And another thing, another evidence that suggested that it was a mistake to focus on academics alone is that the best student in my department was actually a multi-skilled individual. She's good in academics, she's a church girl, she does baking, she does every so many things together, and she won at almost everything. So I felt like this could have been me also if I was into many things. But thank God. So I think that's the first thing I think I realized that I should have focused on many things, even though I did later on when I was towards the end of my year as an undergraduate. I started learning so many things. I bought enough courses and I started reading a lot. So I think that's a mistake. Moving on to the second thing that I think was on the list is that I was restricted to a close circle. I just worked with a few people in my department and also in at hostel. To the lodge where I lived for almost all my days in uni was a niched down group of people. Like it was like a boys only hostel, then Muslim only hostel. No, it's kind of restricted the circle. And the people I worked with in my department too were like more like a Muslim brother. So I felt like I worked with conservatives individual because these people were not like liberal in risk taking or in exploration. At least none of the people that I worked with in my department had a startup business, nor launched a program or did anything exceptional apart from that. They all won in academics. So I felt like I was in this closed circle. So I felt like if I had the opportunity again, I think I would have be open to networking, to connections and the like. So I felt like that was the second mistake I did. So before I proceed, I'd like to wipe my face because I'm recording this video with the temperature is kind of high and I'm sweating a lot. So I think I should wipe off first before we continue. So back to the third thing that I think I did that was very wrong, that was on my that I think it was an error, or let's call it a mistake, was that I did not exploit the opportunity associated with good grades. I did not apply for scholarships. I did not apply for things that I could use my good grade as a ticket. I'm not an extremely excellent individual, but I felt like my grade was slightly above average and it was in the range that could uh, automatically apply for almost any form of application because it was greater than 4.0 out of 5.0 skill. So I felt like it's going to help. And the reason why I felt like it was now more of intense, it was more painful was that because there was a time that I was broke and I don't have a lot of money. So people nearby me, they had applied for a particular scholarships a while and they are being paid at that particular point in time. And I was like, if I also applied, then I might have been a beneficiary at that particular point in time. So I felt like the grade actually wasted because I could have benefited with it a lot. So these are the things that I think I did as mistakes. So I would uh, employ an undergraduate that is watching that they should make sure they explore beyond what I said, that if they had good grades, they should manage it, they should utilize it, and if they are not doing another thing apart from an academics, they should please try to do other things alongside academics. And also the graduates that are watching, I would love you to share with us what are the things that you think you did as a mistake during your undergraduate? What are the things you think you could have done better? So that is before we continue. Now I'll be moving to the aspect of what I would have done differently if I'm privileged to start my undergraduate days again, or if I were to repeat undergraduate days. The first thing on this is that I would have engaged in learning diversification. I would, alongside my academics, one or two high income skill, high paying skills. I could have learned web design. You know, there's an argument that people brought forward that doing a lot of things together could actually, because some people's ability that they might not be able to cope. But I felt like across the span of 5 years or 4 years that you're using university, if you invested alongside your academics and that skill, if you put the ratio of the effort to be like 70-30, academic 70 or 80-20, I believe that the 20% that you're investing in the other aspect is going to manifest before the span of the 4 years. So I felt like I would have um, engaged in learning diversification, though I did, but it was very late. It wasn't from the start. It was around 400 level, 300 level, 400 level, 500 level that I started learning. So I think mean I had started that when I was in um 100 level to have been more better. And all thanks to God, currently I can design graphics properly. I can edit video properly. I write content, and I'm also learning web design right now. So all thanks to God, I had the privilege to learn multiple skills when I started learning. So I felt like it could have been more better if I had started earlier. I would have had more skills and have a degree of efficiency greater than what I had having right now. Do you get? So that's the first thing on the list. The second thing I think I would have done if I'm privileged to be an undergraduate again is to focus more on my personal branding. And I think I'll be able to achieve this by reading a lot. Reading a lot, I don't want you to get it wrong. I mean, non-academic books. I would invest a lot in them so as to inf- reflect in my personal brand, the knowledge is in it. There were several times that I made posts about it that people should read. I was wowed by the treasures in those books when I started reading them. I think it was 300 level or 200 level. And when I started reading, so I felt like I would have done that more, extremely more, because the treasures, the rewards in it are very much so. I would encourage and I will encourage any undergraduates to also do this now. They should focus on their academics and also read non-academics books because so that have been the best thing to do. Beyond that, I think I would also enhance my social media presence. I would contribute, make suggestions online that these are the lessons that I learned. These are the things that I'm battling with as regard opinion on a subject. These are my stance. I think I would have done that a lot also to influence my brand, my personal brand to put me out there. So that's the second thing I think I would do. The last thing I think I would do is to focus more on networking. I think I would do more of networking if I'm privileged. As I've said earlier, that I invested much time. I was amidst restricted circle, brothers, and I felt like I would have expanded my wings if I'm privileged to be an undergraduate. I would have explore to other departments, other schools, faculties, to have friends. Well, that's I would volunteer more. The alternative which I'm going to explore is to volunteer more those skills that I have or physical engagements to volunteer in things so that I'll be able to meet people and network with them. And also, I think I would have attended a lot of seminars. I remember one time when we were trying to, our 400 level first semester, when we were trying to go for internship, some of my department mates haven't secure intern placement then. So they went for a particular conference in Lagos, I think NAPE or NMGS. Unfortunately, some of them were able to secure IT placement at the venue. They met with managers of some company and they discussed with them that these are the stage, this is what I'm even looking for right now, and they were able to network with people and they secure placement. So I think I would have done a lot of that. Those are the things I think I would have done better. And now I want you, the undergraduates watching, I want you to look for the same hole or the same trap you are in and to find a way to that I might have discussed or I might have not discussed. Then you evaluate yourself what you are doing that you think you might regret later. Then you try to some of the things that I think I discussed that I would have done if I would encourage you to do much of that. And also to the graduates audience, I would encourage that you also contribute to tell us your story, what you did that you felt like you should have done better, what you did that you think that you did a bit slow. So I would encourage you to so that we all discuss together.